Okay, so I thought I would do this later, but the list wasn't actually that bad for me to change. So I did talk earlier about the worst belt designs, and I want to thank my friend Rue who commented saying that the tag belts, the penny belts, were the worst. Not as bad as the Divas belt, obviously, but you see my point. This, of course, is my 10 top favorite championships in WWE. You'll see several of them. Several of them are around the same type of category. We'll start out with number 10, which is the WCW U.S. Championship. Not the world title from the 90s. You know, the one that replaced the big gold, but I'm actually talking about the U.S. title. I was going to say world title, but that's wrong. I do like the U.S. title for WCW. It was a really great design. The eagle and the picture of the U.S., the continental U.S., I should say, with the red, white, and blue in the background. It's a really nice belt overall. I think it's one of my favorite designs. You know, then you have the U.S. belt that was brought by Stephanie. That was awesome too. I'm not really as ultra crazy as I am, but the current U.S. I prefer the old one before that. But overall, number 10 is the U.S. Championship from WCW. Number 9. Y'all might hate me for this one, but I don't care. This is my opinion. I like the spinners. Doesn't matter which one. I liked the WWE Championship and the U.S. Championship spinner. The only thing I would have to say to gripe about the U.S. spinner belt was I didn't want to see Cena's name on it or Word Life. You really didn't need that. You had enough going on with the flag in the back and the U.S. going on with it. You didn't really need the Word Life or your name on the title. But other than that, the belt was awesome, I thought. Great work on the strap with the red, white, and blue stitching on it. Then you had, the center plates, not the center plates, the side plates with the flag and the star on each of the different plates. You had the flag and then the star on the other plate. It was that belt was awesome. The spinner belt, the WWE Championship spinner belt was nice. The only gripe I have about that is instead of the word champ, you should do the word champion. That's the only gripe I have about it. Other than that, the plates were nice. Everything about that belt, I liked it too. I can't really choose between the two. I have to put them as one category. And rightfully so. Number 8 on my list is the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Not the current day. Nope. I like the ones that look like the old WWE Tag Team titles. Okay. Or gold with the blue in the back and says champions in the background. The whole ones around the Stephanie McMahon era. Because they were my favorite ones. The blue color really made it pop. That's why I'm a big fan of the SmackDown brand. Even though I don't like what's going on SmackDown here and there. Just the belt overall was a beautiful championship. No one can take away from me that title. That was a banger of a title. A banger of a belt, and I loved it so much. That's personally why I picked that belt, and I put it at number 8. Number 7, the TNA. This is another tie. The TNA Wildcat World Championship and the TNA X Division title. That one, I would say, was before Global Force. And before it looked like the X Division and IC title had a really ugly stepchild. The one before that one. The one after just the NWA TNA Giant X, which is still great. Still great. But the one after that I liked a whole lot. That was oh man. I love the X Division title. I really do. As for the Wildcat, I love that one too. The gold and the stack plates on top of that. That is a 7-plater. That is a heavy, heavy title. I had it once before. Will I ever get it again? Probably. Probably. I don't know though. That belt's a heavy ass belt. Trust me. Number 6. Number 6 is the AEW Championship. I think there's something about this belt when they went from the silver to the gold that made it a little bit better. Granted, the original belt was great to look at too. I have one here in my room. But I would have to say that belt. Overall. That belt was great. And it still is. I just wish I knew who I would want to have the title, but, who knows. Number 5. The ECW World Championship. Not the one that was the silver one. Nope, the one that was the one that epitomized what ECW was. Okay? What epitomized the extreme part of Extreme Championship Wrestling. The one that came after Shane Douglas. I think that was the ECW title. Was it the NWA title he threw out? It was one of them. But the circular belt cutout, I just love that belt. That's one of my personal top 5 favorites. That's why it's at number 5. But you can't tell me, you obviously can't tell me that that's a belt that you don't like. I love that title. Whether the logo was purple or if it was red, it doesn't matter to me. I liked it both. That belt, to me, the ECW Championship, is an amazing looking title. Okay? I love it. I love that title. Number 4. I put a different name here, but I changed it. Number 4 is the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Yes, the 10 pounds of gold. The biggest prize in professional wrestling today. I will not call the WWE Championship the biggest prize in professional wrestling because it's not the case. The biggest prize in professional wrestling today is, has, and always will be the 10 pounds of gold. The NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. No ifs, ands, or buts. The dome globe on that belt is beautiful. The flags adorning each of the banners on the side plates, beautiful. The USA flag on the center plate, beautiful. You don't need much to make a nice belt. And the NWA belt definitely gives you that. People are oftentimes people are upset about the spelling. This doesn't say world champion, this is world's heavyweight champion. It doesn't matter to me. When I first saw the NWA World's Heavyweight title in TNA back in 2005, that's how long I've been rocking with TNA, 05. I was loving it. And I told myself, I want that when I do a collection, if I ever start a collection of belts. I did it at one point, but that belt that I have wasn't 10 pounds of gold. That was much lighter than 10. But the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship is number 4. Number 3, and I'm probably going to get hell for this one too, because it should be higher according to most people. My personal opinion, it's number 3 because I like 2 other belts better. But number 3 is the Big Gold. The one that Ric Flair had, and the one that later on became the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The one that Booker T held 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times, 5 times in WCW, and then 1 time in WWE. The NWA World Title gave way to that belt when Ric Flair won it. But the big gold belt, overall, originally done by Fandu, great belt. I like it. And the intricacies and designs of that championship are nice. They really are. Plus the stonework. You got the 4 rubies on the outside of the big side plates. You got rubies adorning the entire center plate around the perimeter. You got the diamonds and the crown. You got the world there, which looks nice. The lettering on the All for World Heavyweight Champion looks great. The big gold is definitely one of my top favorites, and for good reason. With all the lineage that has as well. Even when it was in WWE, the people that have held it. Triple H, The Undertaker, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio. I think Sheamus at one point too. Sheamus. But yeah. Now you're probably asking yourself, what belts could possibly beat the big gold? My number 2. The WWE Scratch logo Intercontinental Championship. The Oval Intercontinental Championship. I absolutely adore this belt. It's one of my personal favorites. It's one of the ones that when I get the real version of it, because I'm eventually going to do that, I will love every part of that. Because that belt, to me, symbolized the Intercontinental Division, the Intercontinental title. That belt clearly is what the Intercontinental belt should be. I had it once before, and I have my nameplate. This will go back on that belt once I get it again. You can bet your ass. But that belt, the colors on that belt, the blue just pops out. The Intercontinental Champion on the one banner. It should be a little bit more separate in terms of the wording because it looks like it's all smushed, but that's okay. It's fine with me. It's a little bit, That belt's great. I love that belt. Absolutely love that belt. Now, before I go into my number 1, I have some honorable mentions. I mentioned the WWE Tag Team Championships, the SmackDown versions. Well, an honorable mention is the WWE World Tag Titles, which were the Raw version. I liked the way the red was, the globe was. I just like the overall design. People like, and the teams that held it, like what's one of them that people love to hate? Oh yeah, La Resistance. They held them. Just everyone that held them belts. It meant something. The IWGP World Title. Previous design before what they have now. I liked it. I thought it was great. Same thing with the IWGP United States title. That title's awesome. I love that belt. That's a really pretty belt too. And the strap color. Oh, forget about it, man. That strap color, that red is nice. Nice red shade. Perfect. The WWE US Championship, the design before this one, the one that they got rid of to replace the current for the US title. The one that I told about earlier. Stephanie brought it out. Love that belt. Love it. Also, the WWE Undisputed Championship. Some versions more than others, but that belt overall was great. I thought it was a nice design, nice idea. It kind of made other superstars look at it differently. And some of the people that held it, like Taker, Lesnar, The Rock, Hogan, that's what that belt was. It was a damn good belt. The design was nice. And the last honorable mention I have is the Intercontinental Championship that Cody brought back. Cody retired the oval belt for the IC that we had before the current design. And the current design, you guys know in the other video that I said, I hate that belt. If they would have kept it on a white strap and put blue in that belt, I might like it more. I'm not a big fan of the IC belt, even though the IC Championship right now has more prestige and meaning than the tag titles or the world title or undisputed championship, universal championship, I'm sorry, at this point. The two main secondary mid-card belts have a higher prestige rate than your two main belts, which is the worst for a company, really. And they should probably fix that. But other than that, the Cody IC title, which was a throwback. Was that a Milliken or was that a... I think that was the Milliken belt. I think it was Milliken. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section down below. The original belt he threw back, I think, was a Milliken design. But my number one most favorite belt of them all, and I've had it before, I'm hoping to get it again, the WWE Attitude Era World Championship. Okay? The World Championship. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The scratch logo on it. You know, the black strap was beautiful. It's a nice belt. The block logo, too. When it first came out, it did not look like it did later on. It was a blue strap with a block logo background, with a block logo in a blue background at the top. That belt was nice. It later changed to with the picture that I have here. Can I take this on my wall without killing the paper? I think I can. I don't know if I can, but we'll find out. Yep. Move this. Then it turned to this. This is the belt that I've grown up with for so many years. This belt right here. This is the championship I've grown up with most of my life in professional wrestling. That belt, I love that belt. The color on it, the eagle, open-winged, beautiful. The style of the word champion, which is like the old belt from the 1980s. The winged eagle, which is also an honorable mention. Don't kill me. That belt was my wrestling intro, by the way. That was my introduction. Okay? And I'll tell you right now, I have 1, 2, 3. That was an honorable mention, but I like that one. 3, 4 belts on this wall over here alone that have pictures of the belts that I like. The WWE Spinner, the IC, the WWE Championship, Attitude, and the Big Gold. The camera's just behind, the Big Gold is just behind it, the camera. Okay. I'll eventually do a shot of my room once I clean it. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But yeah, that belt was my introduction to wrestling, and I loved it ever since. I've had one version of it before, and I want to get that version again because that's my favorite one. That is my favorite design. What's yours? Any wrestling fan out there that I know that I have on channel, because I have several. I have several wrestling fans on this channel right now. What do you think? What's your top favorite belt? If you had to pick any belt from any company, ROH is even included, and I didn't throw ROH in here. I should have, but I didn't, and I apologize. But if you could pick any belt, I gotta stop moving in this chair. Sounds like something different. Anyway, if you could pick any belt to be your favorite, what would it be? I want to know. I want to know. And what would you rather have as your fastener? Because you know a lot of the days these days, or for a while, WWE has been using Velcro instead of the snaps. And you know I hate that. I really do. I think the snaps were better. They look better. And it makes it better, just ultimately. But oh, I sincerely apologize. I want to know what you think. I want to know your thoughts. Let me know down in the comment section down below. And be sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. You guys can find out when I'm dropping new videos. 2 a day every day. So you'll be able to get notified. To everybody that's out there that is a subscriber, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for being by my side. I appreciate everyone. I really do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.